Hi everyone. This one is. Wait, I have to check. I'm gonna put this question together. They said, do Filipinos like? Did I talk about it before? Like, do Filipinos like karaoke? When I first read this question, to be honest, I was laughing. I was laughing because I suddenly remembered my family, and then mother's side, father's side. I'll be honest with you, you might not believe me, you might be skeptical or anything, but I don't like karaoke. I cannot sing. That's why I don't like it. I'd rather, play the guitar because I cannot play, sing. So that's the reason why. And karaoke is not my thing, so I'm sorry about that. I took time. So I just checked if I already talked about this, but anyway, I guess I didn't yet. So Filipinos, actually when I heard that question, I really smiled inside because I remembered my family. But regardless, I am a person who doesn't like karaoke. That's why because I don't have a golden voice or a singing voice, superstar voice, whatever. I just decided to play the guitar. At least I have a talent, right? But regardless, it's true that Filipinos love karaoke, but why? Why do they love it? First of all, it's a form of entertainment, especially with our income or money. Sometimes it's cheaper to sing at a karaoke than to drink together at home or have. And at the same time, it's where people can show off their singing talent, and it's a way of getting together, like people can enjoy, it's not gonna be too silent in a party, it's not gonna be too boring, something like that. Because sometimes even if there is music, it's not that fun. Like if there's a karaoke, so they would take turns in singing, they would take turns in doing some certain things, something like that. Now, do I think that karaoke is... What do I think about karaoke? I think it's okay if you're in a private room and if you are in a private resort, but I think also it's okay, but not always, especially if you're in a private subdivision. I remember before in our house, like they had a party, so because if you rent a karaoke machine, it would be for 24 hours. I don't know what time they got it, but around 5 a.m. they were singing, and then they stopped singing at around 2 a.m. and then suddenly at 4 a.m. someone was singing again. I just got home from my work and my school that time, and I needed sleep, and then I even heard her say, like, to her, maybe her friends or relatives, the singer, hey, let's use it. They're gonna take this in about an hour. Let's use the most out of it. So I was like, God, let me sleep. And that's the only bad part about karaoke. And some of the people, they use it for business. Now, do I think it's bad? I think it's not that bad. But in Angeles City, I heard that you need a permit when you rent a karaoke machine. Unless you have a permit, you might get into jail. I mean, for singing like wee hours, or if you're if you're becoming a public disturbance. That is Angeles City. I don't know about other places, and I don't know if it's, implemented properly, but there's a law already. So, but personally, I don't like it. I get bored, maybe because I can't sing, and sometimes they are too much. So you might encounter those in, subdivisions, even near hotels. What can you do about it? Well, To be honest, you cannot really argue with them because their logic is different, and they would tell you like, this is only once a year and we don't do this often, so you should let us enjoy. I think that logic is not good, but that's their logic, so we cannot really, you're gonna end up fighting with them. So better prepare your earplugs once you hear them singing. And I'm sorry for if any of you got disturbed by them. Another question is, why are Filipinas smokers? I really don't know about this, okay? I really don't have any problem with smoking aside from the bad things it would do to your health, because my mom and my grandma went to the hospital, and especially my grandma had an operation because she smoked a lot. Also my mom, I guess. So I guess, but not all Filipinas are smokers. I know many of my classmates at the university, they don't smoke. Only few does, but not all. So I cannot say, but maybe the ones at the bar, they smoke. I think it's peer pressure like that, and they said it calms them down. Way back, I did smoke until I was 19. I was 19 when I first smoked, but I had this co-worker at the call center again. So he's a gay, and then he told me, Mira, we were together during the interview, training and all. After a few months, he told me that, Mira, I have to quit. Then I said, why? And then he said he has a severe problem with his lungs due to smoking. That time I really got scared, so I quit smoking. Maybe because I wasn't smoking that much, that's why it's easier for me to quit. But I heard some people cannot quit that easily, so yeah. But I cannot say all Filipinos are smoker, because in my mom's family, among my grandma's children, aside from my grandma, only my mom is the smoker, but others are not. So, and even with among me and my sisters, maybe the ones who only smoke among 13 children, only 3. So no, I cannot really base that. Some can, some does, some don't. So, and then the next question is, okay, there's nothing near. Someone asked me, when are the holiday or peak season for flights in the Philippines? Because he noticed that he doesn't know which exactly are the peak season, and he wanted to book a flight, and some days they are too high, some days they are too low. So this is my first, if you can access the Philippine holiday for that year, it would be nice. But here are the most important seasons where Filipinos from other countries tend to go home. Number 1 is December to January. So starting December until January 3. December are the arrivals. January 3 onwards are the departures. Why? Christmas and New Year is very important for Filipino families, and yeah, some of us book really early, some of us don't. When I book my tickets, they're still cheap, but actually the tickets that I booked are expensive compared to normal days or low season. Low season, I heard one of my students before got it for 5,000 yen. That is only about 2,000 pesos round trip from Japan to Philippines. God, but it's not like a holiday season. But if you're gonna check Cebu Pacific now, their tickets went high, up to 70,000 yen. Really, it's killing me. That's really, really expensive. If that's the cost that I have to pay, I won't go home. Plus economy, chairs or budget ones are usually sold out easily. So avoid December and January unless you booked really early for that. Now February, not early, but another one is November. November is also a little bit peak season because of October, like last week of October to first week of November, because it's like a long holiday for Halloween and All Souls Day. So when I left Philippines, it was November 1 when we arrived at the Pasay terminal, me and my mom. Seriously, like the lines were really long, and then at the terminal, like there was only like about 5 buses, but the people, they're lined up and like until the next block waiting for their turn. But at the terminal itself, there are a lot of, it's like a concert. So those are the ones that you can avoid to avoid traffic and inconveniences, at the same time the price. Now if you're from an Asian country, usually summer and winter vacations, like in Korea and Japan, they try to study English in the Philippines for summer and winter vacations, so the tickets are also kind of expensive that time. But they still told me that it's still cheaper compared to studying in their countries and English in their countries. Anyway, I'll make my last video, so thank you for that.